it is your girl Aisha Gaimi, and we are back with another video. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're returning, hey babes, back with another video. This is more so an advice video that I want to present for you all, and we're going to be talking about not settling. So let's get ready, get you a nice little drink, whether it's a mocktail or it's not a mocktail. Get you a drink. We're about to settle down. I got my water right here and we're about to get into it, okay? So the number one reason why I say you cannot settle is because you are blocking your own potential. You do not know what is going to be destined for you within the next 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. You cannot continue to stay where you are not wanted, where you are not loved, and where you are not respected. One thing about me, and I'm not gonna act like, you know, I'm the baddest person in the world and I'm quick to leave people alone, this, that, and the third. As time goes on, the older I get, the wiser I get, the more I start to understand that I am not my number one priority. The easier it is for me to say, hey, you know, my boundaries are being crossed. Hey, I don't feel loved. Hey, I don't feel respected. And you let people know how you feel. You let that job know how you feel. Hey, I need more money. I don't feel like I'm being compensated correctly. I don't necessarily feel that my job duties align with the compensation. But don't settle. Don't settle. Let me say this. I was friends with somebody that I was cool with since like 6th, 7th grade of middle school. And we just had like a falling out, you know, have friends, just have a falling out, they have a disagreement, whatever the case may be. It's not necessarily any beef. And I vocalized myself and said, you know, if there's something that I did to offend you, please let me know, because I noticed that her energy was just a little strange. Like, she wasn't necessarily answering my calls or returning my texts or anything like that. So I literally told her, like, if there's anything that I did to you, please let me know, because I want to fix this. And pretty much she stated a text like, you know, like, I'm just tired of people, like, I guess, like, taking advantage of her, and she feels like she pours more into people than people pour back into her, and so forth and so forth. It wasn't really saying this is directly what you did, but this is why I'm falling back from everybody type of attitude. And I'm not gonna lie, past me had a really hard time addressing things. Past me was very quick to shut down, very quick to be like, I don't want to deal with this, cut this person off, or having really, really bad communication skills. And it's definitely something that I am working on. It is not something that is easy, especially if you grew up in that type of environment where you didn't necessarily communicate problems. You just kind of like shut down and move past that. It is so hard and challenging changing how you are used to doing things. But back to like not settling. Anyway, fast forward, that probably happened back in like 2022, 2021. And then fast forward to like 2024, this person reached back out to me and was like, hey, you know, I'm not asking for us to be friends or whatever, but, you know, I just hope you're doing really well wherever you're at in life, and this, that, and the third. And it was just very baffling for me, because she didn't necessarily want to talk about what happened and why we stopped talking. She was kind of blaming me, like, you just unfollowed me on social media, you stopped sharing your location with me, this, that, and the third. And was like not necessarily taking any type of accountability for her actions and saying, hey, like, I understand, you know, how I communicated was an issue and that would make you feel some type of way. One thing about me, look, especially since I'm working on my communication, I'm getting there. I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm working on saying, like, this is bothering me. I don't like how you're treating me. And sometimes every response doesn't need that. A person knows exactly what they're freaking doing. I'm not gonna keep bringing up to you that you are literally treating me like sugar honey iced tea. I'm not gonna keep bringing that up to you. Sometimes some situations call you to go somebody and say, like, hey, this is where I draw the line. And sometimes drawing the line is moving inside. That's where it's good to find a healthy balance to say, like, hey, this person deserves me saying, you know what, this isn't gonna work for me. Or look, when you text me tomorrow, it's not gonna get delivered. It's not gonna get delivered. And finding that healthy balance comes with not settling. Not gonna lie, it is very hard. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna work through this together. We're gonna use our big girl voice and say, hey, I don't like how things are moving. You wanna give somebody the time to try to correct themselves, try to fix it. And if they're not willing to do that, then you gotta move on. You gotta move on. Part of not settling comes with knowing your worth. You have to know your worth. Even if you don't fully understand your worth, your value, and that you've been worthy since day one, you have to have some type of sense of self, sense of self-love, and be able to say that I don't deserve a person treating me this way. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. And I think a part of me has always had that light. I don't settle when it comes to jobs. I don't settle when it comes to my friendships. I don't settle when it comes to family. I just do not settle. I do not settle. If that job is pissing me off, I'm too stressed out, I'm too underpaid, I go out and get another job. If that friend, if we're outgrowing each other more than growing with each other, go out, get another friend. If that family member continues to disrespect my boundaries and does not treat me with respect and love, you can create your own family. I do not settle, but that has come with years and years and years of practicing and sticking up for myself and knowing my worth. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, especially if you are a person who gives people the benefit of the doubt and you want them to change. My therapist told me that when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And that has been like advice that has blown my mind. You have to believe people when they show you who they are. And sometimes that change that you're looking for from a person doesn't necessarily happen in this lifetime. Some people are not meant to change. Some people are meant to stay the same, so the people who are focused on their healing can kind of come into contact with that person, unfortunately, and choose to break those curses. Everyone is not meant to come with you in this lifetime. Everyone is not meant to see you prosper and heal and be on this journey called life. Everybody is not meant for it. But part of not settling also comes with knowing you are loved, you are worthy, and you deserve everything that you ever imagined. And not even just materialistic things. For me, my goal is inner peace and happiness. And happiness looks different in every chapter. I could be happy at home watching TV, watching YouTube, doing my self-care, chilling in my favorite robe. That can be a moment of happiness for me. Or happiness may look like I'm out of the country, I'm on vacation, I'm enjoying the time that I have to live on this earth. That's what happiness can look like. Happiness can look like I'm with my friends, I'm with people that love me, and we are celebrating something. We're out to eat, we're spending quality time together. Happiness is going to look different in every single chapter. It's not an angle. It's not I'm gonna make seven figures and I'm gonna be happy. No. It's an inner thing. It's an inner thing. Just like peace, it's a mindset. I can choose to be completely stressed out because my life is not exactly where I want it to be. But 5 years ago, this is literally what I manifested because I did not settle. I literally manifested this. The little girl in me would be so freaking proud. The little girl in me would be so proud of the woman that I am today because I chose not to settle. I chose to go after what I wanted. I chose to break generational curses. Even though it's super, super hard. It's so, so hard to say, I want to be different than this. I want to show up differently. I want to treat people differently. I want to take accountability. I want to be able to say, we have a disagreement, let's talk it out, and that's okay. You cannot settle. You have to let people know what they're doing is a problem. If that person is not willing to change, you have to walk away. If that job is not treating you the way that you deserve, you have to walk away. If your friends are not treating you the way that you deserve, you have to walk away. And you cannot settle. One thing that keeps me going is that it will always be better than this. It will always be better than this. Every year that I'm on this earth, it gets better and better and better and better. It is a mindset thing. If you literally tell yourself every day, oh my gosh, life is so freaking bad, everything is so freaking horrible, guess what? Life is gonna be bad and everything's gonna be so freaking horrible. That's just what it is. You have the power, you hold the cards, and that's why you do not settle. I didn't even settle when it came to a therapist. I don't settle when it comes to a doctor. I don't settle when it comes to the gym. If I want to go out to the gym, I want to get the nicest gym in town. The nicest. I don't settle. I know that there's a life that I am meant to live. I know that there are people around me that I imagine, that I envision, that treat me the way that I'm supposed to be treated because I treat people with love and respect. That's how I come. And I know that there are people out there that are for me, that treat me the same way. I have friends now celebrated me. There's like a light inside of me that always tells me it gets better than this. Part of not settling also comes with understanding that you cannot be a victim of your circumstances. It's so much easier to say that than to actually live in that. Because life can get really, really hard and life can boggle you down to the point where you don't ever see a light. Like, let's say for instance, I get seasonal depression very bad. It is not fun at all. I fall off my routine. I am a homebody. The sun sets at 5. I get off work at 5. I pretty much spend my entire day at work, so I don't ever really get that time to like really be out in nature, be in the sun. And it's just a very like doomsday type of time for me, you know? And I want to shift my mindset from that too, because it doesn't always have to be like that. But for example purposes, this seasonal depression has been the worst out of the worst, to be completely honest. Where I'm going with this story is, if you become a victim of that, if you become a victim of this is as good as it's going to get, that is also settling. You have to believe in you. Your mind cannot win. Your emotions cannot win. You have to be able to sit yourself down and say, wait, hold up. This is not the life that I envisioned for myself. These are not the people that I envisioned to be around me. They don't treat me right. This relationship is not serving its purpose. This man or woman not treating me right. They're not treating me with love and respect. They do not love me the way that I desire to be loved. They do not treat me the way that I desire to be treated. Even if you don't have a good example of what those relationships, whether it be intimate or non-intimate, even if you don't have an example of that, you can still manifest that for yourself, and you can still say, hey, I may not have the best example of that, but I still am choosing to not settle, and be okay with saying, hey, like, this is not what I want. When you do not settle, it also comes with being a bitch. I will wear the hat of being a bitch. If that means I'm assertive, if that means I don't take any crap, if that means I speak up for myself, if that means I know what I want, I will wear that hat. I will wear that hat. I don't care. I do not care. And part of settling comes with saying, I just don't care. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. You have to be in a space to not care. You have to be in a space of saying, hey, people are going to think what they think at the end of the day. That is out of my circle of control. What's in my circle of control is what I continue to allow. Let it sink in. What you allow will continue. You have no control over anybody else. The only person you have control over is you. You have to take responsibility for what you allow. That also comes with settling. Because sometimes we allow things to keep going on because we think that's what we deserve. It's hard. It's hard to walk away from people when you love them. It's hard to walk away from a job that you put in time, effort into. It's hard to walk away from family because that's what you grew up with. And that's what you know. It is very hard. You know what's easy? Staying the same. Staying the exact same. And then on top of staying the same is complaining. Because you're not implementing any type of change into your life. It is hard breaking away from the cycles. It is hard saying, I deserve better, even though you don't necessarily feel it. It is hard saying, hey, I want to get back into the gym and lose a couple pounds. It is hard putting yourself as a number one priority, especially if you've always been a people pleaser and you've always put people before your needs. But I'm telling you, once you get in the habit, please. I love saying no nowadays. Nope, can't do that. Nope, I'm not available. That'll get done tomorrow. Nope, I can't help this person out. I'm at my capacity today. Was saying that I am just at my capacity. I can't do it. I cannot do it. No, I can't go out on this date because this is very last minute and I have things that I need to do. I have a routine that I need to stick to. Plan something with me days prior. Being able to speak up for yourself comes with not settling, and it's very hard speaking up for yourself when you've always taken the back seat when it comes to you. It is super duper hard. But I am getting in the habit and practicing my mantra of saying, this is my world. And what I allow will continue. If I continue not to speak up for myself, then people will continue to walk all over me. If I continue not expressing my boundaries, people will continue to walk all over me. If I continue to be around toxic people, I'm going to constantly be triggered by people that are very toxic. Do not settle. Don't settle for that friend. Don't settle for that family. Don't settle for that job. And also, what helps me to stay grounded is having friends that are also a little strict like you, or even a lot of strict like you. Having friends that don't take that BS either. Having people around you that have the same type of mindset around you of, we do not settle. We are going to figure out a way. It is important to have a community like that. It is important for you to be like that. If you don't know how to build that community, start showing up like that, and that energy is going to naturally attract people who are similar to you. I admire women who don't take any BS. I admire women who say, nope, not doing that. Don't want to. I admire women who are not putting up with that toxic relationship for the sake of love and knowing somebody for all those years. When you choose not to settle, you feel so empowered. You feel like I can do this. And sometimes you have to choose the challenge over comfort. You have to. I feel so empowered that I have a voice, that I'm able to speak. I'm able to speak up for myself. I'm able to say no, and that be the only answer. When somebody disrespects me, I'm able to be like, not putting up with this. Not putting up with this at all. I deserve so much more than what I am allowing. And I will continue to walk away. I'm a giver upper. Things do get challenging. That's common. Conflicts do arise. That is so common. Stress happens. That is common. I'm talking about things that are manageable. I'm talking about things that naturally occur. I am talking about those things. I am not talking about disrespect. I am not talking about someone crossing your boundaries. I am not talking about that friend that stopped being your friend 5 years ago, but for the sake of knowing that person for 5 years or 10 years or however many years, you keep them in your life and you knew that friendship died years ago. I am not talking about those things. Because with any relationship comes challenges. With any job comes challenges, comes stress. That's what settling is about. You have to be uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. Life is super uncomfortable. But if you want to ride the plane of life and you expect it to go like this, that's settling. I'm going to keep a low profile because that's what's easy to do. I'm going to stick with this job even though there's no room for growth. There's no room for advancement because I know how to do this job. I know it like the back of my hand. And it's easy. Nope. I'm going to continue to have a relationship with these type of family members even though it's super toxic, even though I feel mentally drained after I'm done dealing with them. I'm going to keep being around that for the sake of just knowing them, and that's all I know. No, those days are over. Kiss them goodbye. Go. Goodbye. You have to not play about you. You have to understand I am a number one priority in my life. If I don't take care of me mentally, physically, and emotionally, no one else is going to pick up that slack. No one else is going to be screaming, hey girl, don't do that because that means you're settling. Nobody else is going to scream that. You have to always choose you. And it does involve being selfish. But is it selfish or selfless? Cloud that T. I don't mind it. When it comes to fulfilling my needs and I'm not necessarily harming anyone in that process, if somebody calls me selfish for fulfilling my needs and I'm not harming them in any way, that person's not for me. That person has a problem with you putting yourself as a priority. And the only reason they have a problem with you putting yourself as a priority is because they benefit from you not putting yourself as a priority and bending to their every need and will. No ma'am. No ma'am, no sir, or whatever pronoun you want to go by. Nope, not happening. Walking away is the hardest thing to do. But you have to walk away with the mindset that I deserve better than this. and I would choose not to settle for myself. I don't care if I'm 75 years old. Nope. Not settling. Not gonna happen. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl's about to head out. This is my last day of vacation. I want to go treat myself to a little solo date tonight. And yeah, go have a good night. Like I said, if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. Definitely leave a comment down below. When it comes to your life, what aspects of your life do you not settle with? When did you stop settling? Comment down below. See you guys next time. Bye.